So this time on Live from Norway, it's gonna be a little bit different than usual. So first of all, there's no vlog today because I've been on a 3-day bender after St. Patrick's Day with great people that do stuff that I can't really put out on the internet. So instead I decided to talk about something that I hear so much when I'm out traveling and being a metalhead like I am. And that thing is what foreigners think about metalheads from Norway. I've actually met people that legitimately think that all Norwegians are Satanists. And this guy was not joking, he was completely serious. And he was questioning us, like asking us if we were Satanists, because we had to be, because we were Norwegians going out, and we were just like, no. And the whole situation just annoyed us so much that we told them we were Christians, but we're not. People who come to Norway that are metalheads and are a little bit clueless, they're expecting this insane black metal community that they have read about, because they've just read about like a little nutshell of the entire metal community here in Norway. And they're just expecting everyone to walk around in corpse paint every day, all the time, like going to work, you work in a bank, you're still wearing corpse paint, but that is not true. I'll tell you, there's actually a very small concentration of metalheads in Norway. Of course, maybe there's way more metalheads here than it is in your area, but we're just 5 million people in this country, so there's not that many, you know? And we know everyone in this area, in Oslo area, we all know each other that are metalheads. This is how it works. And in my town, Slemmestad, the capital of Norway, there is me and roughly 3 others that I know, and that's the only ones. So we're always looked at a little bit strange, you know, because we choose to be different. But us metalheads here in Norway, we're not always that elitist. Of course, you find elitist people in every metal community, in every country around the world, that just only listens to black metal and is so proud of their Norwegian heritage and like, oh, fuck Christianity for coming here. But I mean, shit change, okay? This is how it works. And so most of my metalhead friends are the ones that wants to be a metalhead, wants to be in a community. We love the music, but it doesn't mean that we only listen to black metal or only listen to thrash metal, even though thrash metal is my favorite. But that doesn't mean that I only listen to it. I listen to everything. And if you've watched Live from Norway for a while, you know that I don't really care. I listen to anything that comes on, and as long as the vibe around me is fun, it's fun, you know. So if you're one of those people who are expecting everyone here to be just black metal heads and just like Norway, 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 waving our flags, burning crosses, hating everything, Satanists, all this stuff, then I have to disappoint you and tell you that you're wrong. Norwegian metalheads are not like that. I would say most of them put on a show for that because they know it works. In my opinion, the history of Norwegian black metal that happened back in the 90s with Greven, Vargvikenes, and all those guys, I know it's not only me thinking this way, but I want that history to be forgotten. I want it to just crumbled up in a wee ball and just thrown away, burnt, and just never talked about again. Because for me, and I know a lot of other friends that are metalheads would say the same, because it's downgrading kind of the way people think that we are, like I just explained. Because it's not like that, and it's not cool. It's not a cool history. Like a few weeks ago, I was in Bergen for Blastfest, and I went up to see the stavkirke that Vargvikenes, Greven burnt, and that church is just so amazingly beautiful, and it's been there for so many years. It is so old, and it's a monument to. It's amazing. And what did he do? He goes up and burn it because religion is fucking stupid. And yes, he burnt it because religion pissed him off and it didn't fit to his beliefs. And it was also a way to sponsor himself and make him famous around the world. And it's a fucking stupidity. And that guy, he is nothing to look up to. he is a dickhead. And all the history that happened around that time, it should be, like I said, it should all be forgotten, so that a new breath of metal can take the stage out of Norway and become something amazing, instead of everyone just like focusing on black metal back in the 90s. You have to understand that just because one Norwegian made metal history and a lot of people follow him, doesn't mean that all Norwegian metalheads and all Norwegian metal should follow that, and or do follow that, because they don't. Most Norwegian metalheads want that thing forgotten, and we want to start over again. We don't walk around the streets with corpse paint. We don't listen to black metal, burn churches every day. We don't do that stuff. It's all childish shit that happened back in the day, and we want something new. But if you choose to come to Norway for a holiday, you have to know this and understand that all Norwegian metalheads are not like Vadi Vikenes and his friends from the black metal scene in the 90s. We're different. A lot of people like myself, we just love everything about the music, and it's just a music genre. There's no religion about it. There's no sacrifices. There's nothing. It's just a big friendship community like every other community. So just think about it if you want to talk to a Norwegian about this stuff, how that person might tell you to fuck off, or he might be happy to let you in and talk about it. But I heard of it so much, so like me, if you talk to me about it, you'll hear this story. Or my opinion, which is this, that it's just bullshit. And this week it's Inferno week, aka Easter. And if you don't know what Inferno is the biggest metal festival in Oslo, which is starting about now. And it's spread around a lot of cool stages around town, and a lot of bands play there. Everything from Norwegian black metal bands to black metal bands from other countries, to thrash to progressive, to every metal genre come to Oslo and play, and a lot of people come here for it. And of course I'm going to that. So of course I will film it and vlog it, and you will maybe get a little bit of understanding of what I've been talking about here. Seeing that not all the bands are black metal and most of the bands playing are Norwegians. So I hope that I cleared up a little bit about Norwegian metal and Norwegian metalheads, and I hope you didn't take too much offense of it. If you took a little bit offense of it, of course that's okay, because I didn't make this video believing that no one would take offense for it. And if you want to comment anything about it, just go ahead, comment in the comments below, and I will answer anything. I'm up for a discussion. I don't mind.